Alright, so I finally got these floor pans welded in. Took forever to go around this thing with spot welds. And then this is the front roll bar mount, but the rear, I guess the rear passenger floorboard. Same as the other side, so I cut all the rod out, and there's the other one. So what I got to do now is start grinding these welds down and start smoothing this thing out a little bit. And here I am. I used just a grinding wheel at first, but then I switched over to an 80 grit flap wheel, and that was really, I found the flap wheel to be a lot easier, a little bit more forgiving than the grinder, but the grinder did make short work of those welds. So after grinding those welds down, I also ground down the welds of the various holes from different accessories that people have mounted over the years. Had a ton of holes where the center console goes, and holes in the back of the Jeep that I ground down. So after I got done grinding it down, I got some seam sealer, and this is Dynatron. It's automotive grade seam sealer, and I have to say pretty nasty stuff. And the intent of this was to, even though I was pretty confident, really confident that I got solid weld there, I wanted to make sure that there was no gaps or anything like that. And it does kind of help, round off the joint there, the seam. You're going to have a seam with a lap. When you do a patch panel with a lap joint, it's going to have a seam. And this kind of helps smooth that seam out a little bit, kind of like caulk does. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the results of this thing. I've never done anything like this before, and just did a lot of research, watched a lot of videos. I did I bought a welder, the Hobart Handler 140. It's a MIG welder, wire-fed welder, and I practiced for a couple of weeks pretty diligently before I even started cutting any of the sheet metal out. So I did that. I did a lot of work underneath the Jeep on these patch panels as well, and filled in the seams the best I could. You're just not going to be able to get a complete seam. You're not going to be able to fill in all the seams from underneath the Jeep with the tub on the Jeep. But I did the best I could, and then I hit it really hard with some Pour 15 and put a couple of coats of that on there. So I got a good thick coat of undercoating and a lot more work to do in this tub to get it ready for Line X. But I also cleaned up these welds, all the holes that were there, filled all those in, and I'm good to go. So next up is the installation of the gas tank. I took it out to weld, and I got a new sending unit, new lines, new skid plate, pretty much all new components, new filler neck. You can see the old one there. A little bit more prep work on the tub, and it'll be ready for Line X. Thanks for watching.